evening. I'm Mr. Core Appleton, and you are tuned in to BNN, the Body News Network, the only news channel broadcasting live from inside the human body. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for a breaking news alert of the highest urgency.
This is BNN Body News Network broadcasting live from inside the human body. I'm your anchor, Mr. Core Appleton. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for an emergency bulletin. A hostile entity has breached the cardiovascular perimeter without warning. Cocaine is attacking the blood vessels. Right now, in real time, listen closely because this affects every organ downstream. This intruder forces blood pressure to spike by 50 points, turning gentle rivers of plasma into raging flash floods. The arterial vessels are spasming. The coronary vessels are spasming. Capillary beds are blanching white from sheer constriction. We are witnessing a full-scale vascular assault, and the body's defense systems are scrambling to respond. I've got a reporter en route to the scene, but early, telemetry shows severe constriction, micro-tearing along the endothelial walls, and the very real threat of catastrophic rupture or occlusion. If you think this is just a recreational incident, think again. Every hit is a direct strike on your endothelial lining, stripping away the protective shield your vessels need to survive. Your heart is now pumping pure panic through a narrowing pipeline. Stay with us. We are going live to the femoral artery in 60 seconds. This is BNN, where the news pumps through your veins. But tonight, those veins are under attack. A wave of vascular anomalies is spreading rapidly. Health officials are scrambling to respond. We have the latest. Can you hear me, Mr. Core? This is your field reporter broadcasting live from inside the femoral artery, and I have to tell you, it is absolute chaos down here. The walls are vibrating. I'm watching smooth muscle tissue clamp down like a vice grip, and the endothelial lining is literally peeling away in strips. Red blood cells are piling up bumper to bumper, creating a traffic jam the likes of this body has never seen. Fibrin debris floating past me like ash from a wildfire. I've managed to push through the static and the pressure surge to reach the source of the attack. Cocaine is standing right here, smirking, surrounded by a swarm of catecholamines. I'm going to attempt an interview. Cocaine, you're constricting these vessels, starving the tissues of oxygen, and forcing the heart to sprint a marathon it never trained for. Why? Why are you attacking the blood vessels? What do you gain from turning these arteries into crushed straws? The body thought you were just passing through. Instead, you've set up a war room inside the cardiovascular system. So tell us why these vessels, why now? What is your end game here? Back to you, Mr. Core. Wait, no, I'm staying live.
Before we go any further, if you're not subscribed to BNN yet, hit that subscribe button right now and tap the bell so you never miss a live report from inside your own body. We drop new episodes every week, and trust me, you do not want to be the last person to know what's happening in there. While you're at it, smash that like button. It takes 1 second, and it tells YouTube this episode matters, which means more people get the health facts they actually need. Drop a comment below. Tell us what villain you want BNN to investigate next. We read every single one. And if you know someone who smokes, who's stressed, who skips sleep, or lives on fast food, share this episode with them. Not to lecture them, just to let BNN do it instead. And if you're listening on the go, save this episode for offline so you never lose your place. All right, the body is under attack. Let's get back to the broadcast.
Why these vessels, please? I go where I'm invited. You want to know the real joke? This body rolled out the red carpet for me. Chronic sleep deprivation softened the blood-brain barrier like wet tissue. A high-fat, high-sodium diet already had these arteries half-caked with plaque, so the walls were stiff and ready to crack. Stress hormones have been camping out here for months, wearing down the endothelial lining like unpaid rent. By the time I arrived, the vascular system was practically begging for a hostile takeover. I'm not the root cause, I'm just the accelerant. The arteries were already a mess from cigarettes, energy drinks, and a sedentary lifestyle that turned this cardiovascular highway into a rusty, crumbling pipe. I simply lit the match. When I show up, norepinephrine floods the gates, vessels clamp shut, and blood pressure skyrockets into the danger zone. It's not personal, it's chemistry. But let's be honest, if this body treated its vessels with even a fraction of respect, I'd be in and out without a scratch. Instead, I'm tearing through compromised walls like a bullet through wet drywall. The kidneys are already waving white flags. So blame me if you want, but I'm working with material you people already ruined. Mr. Core, the situation is deteriorating rapidly. I'm watching platelets swarm like paparazzi around a cracked endothelial wall, and a clot is forming right now. Fibrin strands are weaving a deadly tapestry as we speak. The lumen has narrowed to a thread. Oxygen levels downstream are plummeting, and local tissues are turning blue from ischemia. I can hear muscle tissue screaming for blood that simply cannot get through cocaine. Just double down. The sympathetic nervous system is lighting up like a Christmas tree, and the heart, oh man, the heart is beating so fast it's practically vibrating. We are one vasospastic event away from a complete shutdown. I need answers for the people listening at home. Cocaine, you heard what you just said. You're exploiting weaknesses. So tell us, what habits are making this worse? Is it the midnight drive-through runs, the pack-a-day stress relief, the 23 hours of sitting followed by 1 hour of panic doom scrolling? What is the daily routine that turns these vessels from strong elastic tubes into fragile, brittle straws? Which habits roll out that red carpet you mentioned? Our audience needs to know exactly what behaviors are. Handing you the keys to the cardiovascular kingdom. Speak up. The mic is hot and the clock is ticking. You really need a list? Fine. Every bacon-greased breakfast and energy drink lunch leaves behind a sticky residue that turns
these vessels into narrow back alleys. The body thinks processed sugar is a reward, but the endothelium sees it as sandpaper.
Then there's stress, lovely, chronic stress. Cortisol keeps the vascular walls inflamed and puffy, so when I arrive, they don't bend, they snap. Smoking? Please, that's just pre-damage. Carbon monoxide strips oxygen from red blood cells.
Before I even touch them, and nicotine leaves vessels twitchy and paranoid. And sleep, or the complete lack of it. Less than 6 hours a night, and the brain stops clearing metabolic waste. Blood pressure stays elevated.
The repair crews never clock in. Each unresolved argument spikes adrenaline and leaves the arteries quivering. So, when I burst onto the scene with my chemical brass knuckles, there is no maintenance team to patch the cracks.
The vessel walls are already inflamed, stiff, and coated in garbage. I'm not fighting a fortress, I'm kicking down a cardboard door. The midnight oil you burn becomes my morning gasoline. The habits you love are the reasons I win.
That second helping of fries, that 3 a.m. email check, that's not living. That's handing me the wrecking ball. Welcome back to BNN, Body News Network. I'm Core Appleton, broadcasting live from the Central Nervous Studio, and the situation inside the cardiovascular system has escalated dramatically. Our latest telemetry shows blood pressure readings spiking past 180 over 120, numbers that make cardiologists weep into their stethoscopes. The coronary arteries are experiencing severe vasospasm, and oxygen delivery to the heart muscle has dropped by 40%. We're receiving distress signals from the kidneys, the brain, and the extremities simultaneously. This is no longer a localized incident. This is a full-body emergency. The endothelial lining, that precious single-cell thick barrier protecting every blood vessel, is shredding under the pressure. Micro tears are appearing faster than repair crews can respond. Platelets are clotting in places they shouldn't, creating potential stroke and heart attack scenarios in real time. Meanwhile, the sympathetic nervous system remains locked in overdrive, flooding the bloodstream with adrenaline and norepinephrine like a broken faucet. Nobody can shut off. The heart is exhausted but cannot rest. It's sprinting a marathon on a treadmill set to impossible. Our field reporter remains embedded near the femoral artery, gathering critical intelligence. We need answers. We need solutions. Because right now, this body is running out of time. Stay with BNN. The next few minutes could determine whether this cardiovascular system survives the night. Mr. Core, I'm barely holding my position here. The arterial walls are shaking violently with every heartbeat, and the pressure waves are nearly knocking me off my feet. Debris is everywhere. Torn endothelial cells, oxidized cholesterol fragments, and rogue platelets searching desperately for something to clot onto. The scene is apocalyptic. I've pushed through the chaos to confront cocaine one final time. This interview could save lives. Cocaine, you've shown us your power. You've explained how the body's own bad habits opened every door for your destruction. The vessels are crumbling. The heart is failing. The organs downstream are suffocating in slow motion. But here's my final question, and I need you to answer truthfully for everyone listening at home. What can be done to stop you? What actions, what changes, what decisions could this body make right now to weaken your grip and push you out for good? Is there anything that genuinely scares you? Any lifestyle shift that makes you lose your power? The audience deserves to know their options. They deserve hope. So tell us, cocaine, what will it actually take to defeat you and restore these blood vessels to health? The microphone is yours. Don't hold back.
Stop me? Fine. You want the truth? I'll give it to you, though it burns my chemical soul to admit it. The first thing that weakens me is simply not inviting me back. Every time the brain—
No, my receptor sites grow quieter. Dopamine pathways slowly recalibrate. The craving fades from a scream to a whisper over weeks and months. But that's just the beginning. What really
terrifies me? Consistent sleep. 7 to 8 hours of quality rest lets the body's repair crews work overtime, patching the endothelial damage I caused, sweeping away inflammatory debris,
restoring vascular elasticity. A diet rich in leafy greens, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants rebuilds the arterial walls like fresh cement over cracked pavement, regular cardiovascular exercise. 30 minutes of walking, swimming, or cycling forces the vessels to dilate naturally, strengthening their flexibility and flushing out the garbage I leave behind. Stress management techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or even laughing with friends lower cortisol levels and calm the sympathetic nervous system I exploit so ruthlessly. Hydration keeps blood viscosity optimal. Exercise? That just clears the arteries, preventing the sludgy traffic jams I adore. And quitting smoking? That removes my favorite accomplice entirely. When the body commits to these changes consistently, not perfectly, just consistently, I lose my footing. The walls heal, the doors close, and I fade. Mr. Core Appleton, something incredible is happening down here. The atmosphere is shifting. I can feel it in the arterial walls themselves. They're beginning to relax.
The body has received the message. Somewhere upstream, decisions are being made. Hydration is increasing. The blood is thinning to a healthier consistency. Deep breathing has begun,
Triggering the parasympathetic nervous system to counteract the adrenaline flood cocaine exploited. The repair crooms, endothelial progenitor cells, antioxidants, nitric oxide, they're mobilizing like a microscopic army finally given reinforcements. I'm watching the vessel walls slowly regain their pink, healthy glow as oxygen delivery improves. Platelets are standing down from their clotting frenzy. Like a microscopic army finally given reinforcements. I'm watching the vessel walls slowly regain their pink, healthy glow as oxygen delivery improves. Platelets are standing down from their clotting frenzy. The traffic jam of red blood cells is clearing, and downstream tissues are sighing. With relief as fresh oxygen arrives, cocaine is losing ground. I can see the villain retreating, chemical influence weakening. As the body's natural defenses reassert control, the heart rate is dropping from its panic sprint to a steady, sustainable rhythm. Blood pressure gauges are creeping back toward normal ranges. This is remarkable. This is recovery in real time. The body is proving that even after a devastating assault, healing is possible when the right choices are made.
Mr. Core, the battlefield is quieting. The blood vessels are fighting back and winning. Field reporter signing off from the front lines. This is Mr. Core, your anchor at BNN, Body News Network, delivering the final verdict on tonight's cardiovascular crisis. What we witnessed was not just an attack. It was a wake-up call echoing through every artery, vein, and capillary in this body. Cocaine exploited weaknesses created by stress, sleep deprivation, poor diet, smoking, and sedentary living. The blood vessels nearly collapsed under pressure they were never designed to handle.
But here's the hopeful truth: the body fought back, and the body can win. My warning is simple and serious: every choice matters. That midnight snack, that skipped workout, that extra cigarette, that unmanaged stress, they accumulate silently until a villain arrives to collect the debt. Protect your vessels like the lifelines they are. Here's your actionable advice: sleep 7 hours minimum, eat colorful whole foods, move your body daily, manage stress actively, and stay hydrated. These aren't luxuries, they're defenses. And now, a request from all of us at BNN. If this episode opened your eyes, please subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and share this broadcast with someone you love. Knowledge is the best medicine, and spreading it saves lives. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, this is BNN. Stay healthy, stay informed, stay alive.